All right, so we're Unit 4, Learning Target 3. Unit 4, Learning Target 3. So interpret statements that use function notation in terms of a real-world context. All right, so if we look over here, let me move this. If we look over here, we have an example. So we can use the function f of x equals 9 over 5x plus 32 to find the temperature, f of x in degrees Fahrenheit for any given temperature, x in degrees Celsius. So find each specific value. So what that is telling me that anything, and let me highlight here. Maybe I want to move this back over here. So let's highlight, sure, in red. Let's pick a different color. I'm going to pick one that's not normally there. Okay, so if I look at this, f of x right now is Fahrenheit. So that means f of x is Fahrenheit, so that means our so f of x, ooh, this is weird. Oh, it's because I'm in highlighter still. Weird. F of x is Fahrenheit, and so if we look over here, x is Celsius. So that means that this would be our x values are Celsius and our y values are Fahrenheit. So our x values are Celsius, our y values are Fahrenheit. So our first one I'll do in black. So f of 15. This is saying what is the temperature? So I'm trying to find the temperature if, and if this is an x thing, if my temperature is 15 degrees Celsius. Because remember, x value is Celsius. So since it's inside, it's an x value, and x is Celsius. So if I have 15 degrees Celsius, I can figure out what that is now in Fahrenheit. And I can do that by plugging it in. I plug this in for x. So I have 9 over 5 times that 15 now instead of x plus 32. You do 9 times 15, figure that out, divide it by 5. I already did all of this with a calculator. You get 27 plus 32. 27 plus 32 is 59. So find a specific value, and it should also say in there, what does each mean? It should say that here, what does each mean? So what this means, so if I have something and it's 15 degrees Celsius, I can figure that out, that it's that same thing is 59 degrees Fahrenheit. These are the same. So you can switch it. So this one, f of negative 10, again, this is an x value, so I'm going to plug it in for x. So I have 9 over 5. Ooh, I want to do this in a different color. So let me erase that. So that way we can see it in different colors. Back to pen. Let's do this in red. So this is an x value. So I have 9 over 5 times negative 10 plus 32. I'm just plugging it in right there for that x. So negative 9, or 9 times negative 10 is negative 90 divided, right? Is it 9? 9 or 10, and then, what is this? 18, that's what I have. That doesn't seem right, but oh well. Plus 32. Add those, which is actually subtracting, you get 14. So what this is saying is when I have something that is, oh, that's not a negative, negative 10 degrees Celsius, remember because this is an x value, x is Celsius. So negative 10 degrees Celsius, I can figure that out. That's going to be 14 degrees Fahrenheit. Let's look at this one. Now this is the opposite. X when f of x is 41. So this is saying y now, right? This is a y value. So they're giving me Fahrenheit. They're giving me the Fahrenheit. I'm now trying to find Celsius. So I plug that in for what y would be. So now I have this. 41 equals 9 over 5x plus 32, and I'm solving for x. So subtract 32 from both sides. This will cancel. I'll have, what is this, 9 equals 9 over 5x. Multiply everything by 5. This 5 will cancel with that 5. 5 times 9 is 45 equals 9x. Divide by 9. X equals 5. So this is telling me if I have something that is 41 degrees Fahrenheit, so they started off with Fahrenheit, that is the same as 5 degrees Celsius. So now I'm just doing it opposite. And the last one, same thing. they're giving me a y value. So my y value is -4, and that equals the equation or the function. 9 over 5x plus 32. Again, solve for x. -32, -32. -36 equals 9 over 5x times by 5 times by 5. This 5 and this 5 will cancel, leaving 9x on this side. This would be 180 divided by 9. Divided by 9 goes into that 2 and then 0, negative. So this tells me that when something is -4 degrees Fahrenheit, if I convert it, I get -20 degrees Celsius. So that's what they mean. You just have to look at what your x means and what your y or f of x is. Remember, that's your y, and then the x itself is x already. All right. So here's a problem. We want to figure out what domain and range are. So first, let's remember that domain is our x values. So if we look here, my x value is connected to 25. Do we all see that? So if I read this problem, h of x equals 0.25x minus 5 is my lemonade profit function, where my ingredients cost you $5 and you are selling lemonade for 25 cents a glass. Well, the 25 goes with the glass, so my domain values, my x values would be like the number of glasses that I sell. So my domains are my x. My ranges are my y values, and it tells me right here that this is a profit function. So my y then would be my profit. So that makes that easier. That's just determining domain and range. So now we just have to what is an appropriate, the actual numbers for it. So if I do this domain, well, if I think of domain as the number of glasses that I sell, right? Glasses of lemonade, I can sell anywhere between. I can sell 0 glasses. I can't sell anything less, right? I can't sell -2 glasses of lemonade. I can sell 0 glasses. I can sell 1. I can sell 2. And I can sell all the way up to infinity. So I'm going to put ... infinity and parentheses. I am not going to do this 0 to infinity because I can't sell 0.2 glasses of lemonade. I can't sell a decimal lemonade. So this one is every number, whole number, integer, between 0 and infinity. So 0, 1, 2, ... infinity. It's every single one listed out. It is not a continuous thing. It is not this. My range. My range then is my profit. And my profit, so it's the money that I can make. And so I need to start at 0, right? So if I sell 0 cups of lemonade, this is what would happen. So if I sold 0, I would have h of x equals 0.25 times 0 minus 5. Well, then I would have 0 minus 5, which equals -5. So the least amount of money I can make is that -$5 that I started with to get my ingredients. So it's the least amount of money because that's the least amount of cups so that's the least amount of money that goes with it. If I sell 1 cup, so 0.25 times 1 minus 5, 0.25 minus 5. If I sell 1 cup, I would be down $4.75. If I sell 2 cups, I would be down $4.50. And it would keep going this way all the way up until infinity as well. Or if I sell infinity cups, then I would have infinity dollars, but it goes in this pattern. So I'm going to go, ... still to infinity. So it still stays in this pattern. It is not -5 to infinity because I'm never going, with this, the way I'm selling it, I'm never going to be able to make -$4.23. Not by the way that this is being sold. I can never get this number, so it's not continuous. That would be continuous, and it's not in there. So it has to be written like this, where it's each number, it's setting the pattern. I can see that it's going down by 25 cents, and it goes all the way up now to infinity. Same here, it's counting by ones all the way up to infinity. So that would be my appropriate domain and range. So what you're going to do is you're going to, before class, figure out, here's the little function. You're going to figure out these two things. And now my story. So my last story was about how my brother chased me around with a knife and then would come and do it with a spoon. So along that lines, my sister and I, growing up, she's 2 years older than me, we did not get along. She was older, so she got everything that was the rule. Like if I wanted something, well, your sister's older, so she gets to do it first, or blah blah blah, blah, she gets to do it first, And when we were little, I don't remember, middle school, age, maybe high school, I don't know. We were coming home from school and my parents were at work, so it was just us at the house. And my sister locked me out of the house. So I was just laying in the backyard with my dog because my dog was outside at the time. And next thing I know, because I was just like laying there, next thing I know, my sister's holding a huge knife up to my throat, and she goes, "If you tell mom and dad about this, I will kill you." That's what she says to me. And I was just like, "Whatever, let me in the house now." Um, we eventually, at one point, like later, like 2 years ago, told my mom about this. And my mom totally didn't believe me because I don't. You might have this in your family, but like my sister's like the perfect one, like she can do no wrong. So my mom totally didn't believe that my sister held a knife to my throat, and she had to call my sister because my mom thought I was lying to her. But it happened. So, but now my sister and I are best friends, so it all works out. Alrighty, bye.